My purpose today is to give you crucial insights into getting into remission from type 2 diabetes. My name is Graham Keegan, and I know what I'm talking about because I've done this for myself. I've achieved this very thing which I'm talking to you about today. I've got myself into type 2 diabetes remission. I've lost weight and I feel a lot fitter as I was going back 10, 20 years. So I know how to do it. I haven't just read it in a book or learnt it in a classroom. I've done this for myself. I've gone from a good state of fitness to being overweight with type 2 diabetes, but now I'm back to within my healthy BMI range, and diabetes is a thing of the past. And I can do the same. I can help you do the same. A bit of background to where we all are. We live in a world today it's just got so much food in it. There's food everywhere and it's cheap. But the trouble is this cheap food is usually full of carbohydrates and processed foods. It doesn't do us any good at all. We lead busy lives as well, so exercise and looking after ourselves goes down the to-do list, which isn't good. But that's just how it is. Most of us lead not just busy lives, but very stressful lives. And then finally, we don't get enough sleep, not just the number of hours, but just the regularity of it at certain times. So this doesn't do us any good at all. And one of the results of this is that countless millions of us, not just in the UK, but across the world, are now either diabetic or pre-diabetic. It's a problem. It's a real problem. And we have to remember that type 2 diabetes is the forerunner for several nasty metabolic diseases, including cancer, heart disease, and ultimately Alzheimer's. So it needs to be dealt with. It needs to be dealt with as soon as possible. And so what I go through today are the three crucial things we all have to do to get ourselves into diabetic remission and on the path back to good health. And so these are to control our insulin, and I'll go through this in a bit more detail in a moment, have a therapeutic diet, and also to get some exercise. And at the end of this video, I'm going to give you a link to a further video which gives you not only all this in more detail, but five steps to start taking today to get started on this, to get yourself back to good health. So let's look at insulin first of all. If you have insulin under control, your weight is under control and your health is under control. Let me just say that again. If you have insulin under control, your weight will be under control and your health will be under control. It's crucial. The insulin's role is there to ensure that sugar from our food is correctly used by and stored in our body. That's what it does. And when you continually eat too much sugar in particular, insulin can then no longer do its job properly because the cells become insulin resistant, and therefore your blood sugar level starts to rise significantly. So what we've got to do is to avoid insulin spikes. We have to do that and keep the insulin level low and stable. And we do this primarily by minimizing carbohydrates, particularly sugars. Carbohydrate is the problem in our modern world. No two ways about it. It's the real problem. And unfortunately, it's killing us. It's as simple as that, quite frankly. The second aspect, crucial thing you need to do, is to have a therapeutic diet, because food can either be nourishing or it's poisonous. You can't get foods that do both at the same time. And I would recommend this, and memorize this, write it down and apply it or whatever. But I would say, eat food that is fish from the sea, or food grown in the ground, or food fed on food grown in the ground. All those are natural foods, healthy foods. Notice none of those would have labels either. You don't need a label on a piece of salmon in the supermarket, but you will have a label on the donuts. And so remember that, please. food fish from the sea, food grown in the ground, or food fed on food grown in the ground. And also we should eat what I would say is intentionally. So we don't just eat what's put in front of us or what we feel like snacking on. We need to have a conscious effort about what we are and are not going to eat. Eat intentionally. And I have a problem with the word diet, because for too many of us, diet means there's a 30-day fast or difficult eating plan for 30 days, and it'll all be over with and we go back to what we were doing before. Well, that doesn't work. See diet, please, as an ongoing, lifelong eating plan. The third aspect is exercise. We are designed as a species to have exercise. Our ancient ancestors would have been having exercise every single day as they hunted or gathered for the food. They had no choice, and they were healthy as a result of it. And we must do the same. It's too easy to sit in our cars and get food passed through the window from a local fast food outlet. And also, by taking exercise, you strengthen the body, and muscle mass helps give us strength and longevity. In fact, grip strength has been found to be one of the most important aspects of determining how long people's life expectancy is. And of course, muscle mass reduces steadily over time as we age, and beyond the age of 60, it starts to reduce quite dramatically. So we must do something about that. I'm not saying we should run on marathons every day or go weight training every day. No, but walking is a very good exercise to do, and then combine that with some muscle strengthening exercise as well. Now, as I've said to you, I've got another video which is described in the description of this video underneath, and that will take you through all I've spoken about here in much more detail, and also it will give you 5 action steps to start taking today. It's just a fortnightly plan, just a 2-week plan to get you going, and you will be really surprised how different you feel, how much more healthy you feel, even just after 2 weeks of starting to have more exercise, eating much better, drinking more water, more sleep, etc., etc. So I do recommend that you actually watch that, and as I say, the link to it is in the description below. So that's all for today. Wishing you great health. Talk again soon.